right, so it's Halloween time, and all of the horror releases are starting to come out, and Tubi is starting to up their game a little bit. We got the movie Takeout, which I reviewed last week, which I think had only been out for a couple weeks. So, September, October is when you start to get the releases of these companies' horror movies, and Tubi seems to be following suit here. Typically throughout the year you would get Tubi films, and some would be terrible and some would be okay, and then you'd have the gems. And unfortunately this year it's just been a slew of either nothing or garbage. And Takeout was the first that was like, oh my god, finally an actually good fun watch. And then I saw that this was coming out, and I was a little hesitant because the director of this has done some movies in the past, one with Tubi, that I didn't care for, which was Killer Body Count. They also did the Slumber Party Massacre reboot or whatever that was, which I really didn't like. They did the Banana Splits movie. I just wasn't a fan of this director's work, so I didn't know what to expect from her this time around. But this time around we got a movie called Match, and this is about a young woman who is trying to do the online dating thing, and she goes through a whole slew of terrible matches, and then she finally matches with the perfect guy, and wouldn't you know it, it doesn't go so well. She goes over to his house, meets his mother, and things go downhill from there. Okay. First, right up front, this is a really, really dumb fucking movie, right? Like, there's tons of things I can point out within this film that are just so stupid, right? Like, how big is this fucking house that they are in? Number one. Number two, how the villains in this movie haven't been caught previously is beyond me. They have literally no plan at all. It makes zero sense when actually I thought about it in the slightest, but doesn't matter. There is a lot of stupidity you have to look past in this film, right? There's a lot of questions that have to do with the the house itself, where I'm just like, how is there so much movement going on in this house without people finding one another and stuff? It just doesn't make any fucking sense. But I can't deny I had a good time with this. I can't deny that this is another win for me for Tubi, as dumb as it may be. This movie tries to be absolutely shocking and disgusting, and it achieves it a lot of the times. Now, some of it's cheap, right? Like, this is extremely lowbrow, exploitation, but I don't give a shit. If it's entertaining, it's entertaining, and this was entertaining. I mean, there is some absolutely disgusting, crazy shit going on in this film, for sure. And there's actually some pretty gnarly gore and kills. So, yeah, I mean, it's hard to talk about it because I want you guys to check it out and experience it, because if I say much else, that's gonna ruin the surprise, because I literally didn't know what this was about. I didn't know it was about a dating app. I didn't know anything. I just saw it was on Tubi. Watched it last night after it dropped at midnight. Kaylee went to bed, and I was like, perfect, this is the type of movie that Kaylee's probably not gonna like. Having now watched it, I don't know, I think Kaylee probably would have had a good time with this. So if you're okay looking past some very, very obvious stupidity, and you want to see a entertaining, disgusting movie that has some cool kills and questionable logic and characters and decisions and whatever. I don't know. The whole movie is just so absurd on its face that I just rolled with it, right? Like, when a movie is just kind of open with how stupid it is, it's like, okay, right? But it never, like, I don't know. It's not like a horror comedy, really, but it does almost feel like it in in parts where it's just so ridiculous that you're like, okay, am I supposed to be taking this seriously? I'm not really sure. The end definitely was fairly surprising with certain things that happened. I was like, oh, I wasn't expecting that to happen. And yeah, I was mostly satisfied. There's some things I was like, oh, that's a bummer, right? Like that kind of stuff where I was like, oh man, like I would expect this to happen, and it would have been nice had that happened, but we get something else that happens, and it's like, okay, all right. So yeah, this is just this is not for everybody. Um, I God, it's so difficult to talk about a movie without spoilers because anything can be construed as a spoiler, right? Like, and that's me too. That does that, right? Like in my own head, I'm like, oh, I don't want them to experience that. But at the same time, I feel like I can't get people to watch certain movies unless I tell them a little bit more. Unless I'm being so vague. It's like, okay, I don't know. These reviews are always very tough. But yeah, I guess I'll talk about like mild spoilers now for anyone who isn't sold. Um, so if you don't want to know anything about the movie and you're like sold and you're like, fuck it, Tubi puts out some wild flicks, I'll roll the dice, I'll take a chance. But yeah, so here we go. There's, as far as like the disgusting stuff goes, there's like this creature character, and there's some incestuous stuff happening, and you know, it's wild. It's wild. And it's very try hard in a way where it's like, okay, let's just take everything that's gross and let's just throw it in here just to be shocking, right? Because this is just like a shock film. And the character design reminded me of a few different things, like what was that movie, like Never Sleep in the Woods Alone, or never go in the, it's not Never Fuck in the Woods, or Fuck in the Woods, or whatever the hell that one was, the one that got a sequel on Netflix that is like Danish maybe, and the sequel was like totally different, and it was like almost like a love story, and everyone hated it, but I enjoyed it. Some of the kind of like effects like that, just like this total abomination character and his insanely incestuous relationship, and the size of this guy's dick is actually insane. It's fucking wild. But yeah, there's some gruesome shit in this, and some really disgusting, vile shit as well. And it is just such a stupid movie. But I enjoyed it. So there you go. Check it out. It's on Tubi. And it's a win for me. I mean, would I watch it again? Maybe with Kaylee. Maybe I'd throw this on. Yeah, had a good time. Had a good time, despite it being absolutely stupid as fuck. All right, that's that. Match, Tubi original, came out today. Let me know if you watch it. There's so many movies to watch, though. I mean, just putting this aside for the moment, just sitting here thinking about how many other options you have currently. VHS Halloween, and freaking Good Boy, and Bone Lake, and I mean, the list goes on and on. Coyotes, and there's another thing. Oh, the Scurry that looks really rad from Australia. I'm trying to get to all of these today and get reviews up for them today, but I'm also covering Screamfest, and I already watched movies from Screamfest today, and I'm just like, I'm gonna go watch VHS Halloween, and that'll be the next one that we cover here. But this was like a cool, fun, late night throw on that I was like, we'll see. I'll give it 10 minutes, and within 10 minutes I was like, all right, I'm gonna watch 10 more minutes, and then I had to finish it, because once it's revealed what's going on, and you see the creature effects, and you see the disgusting scenes that are like the fun house, or it's wild. Anyways, all right, let me know if you watch it. Adios.